Hello, hope you're having a great day wherever you are. It's morning where I am, so good morning. So in my last video, I shared that there was a presence I felt before going to sleep for 2 days, 2 or 3 days ago. That was a traumatic experience for me, and the Lord used what was meant to scare and discourage me and intimidate me to give me growth. In the same way, the enemy uses trauma to scare us and trauma to reinforce, bad experiences so that we will stop doing whatever it is that God wants us to do. So I dreamt I was on the street again with nowhere to live, with people giving me handouts while trying to convince me to go to my mother's house. Right? So that's not what God is saying for me. God is saying I'm in a new season now. I'm in a different season. But that dream came and, it bothered me and made me wonder, had I misunderstood that I am out of the wilderness? It also silenced me completely. All I had was tears. I couldn't even worship. But God. Freedom is being able to act even though you remember what happened the last time you acted. Okay, so sometimes, a lot of the time, I've experienced that whenever you move in obedience to the Lord, there's always an attack right around the corner because you're moving in obedience to the Lord, and that attack is meant to discourage you, right? And so, with my experiences in the wilderness, some of the attacks, they came when I was doing most of the attacks, some of the attacks came when I was being obedient to the Lord, and it was like, in a way, it made me feel good every time, that I do this happens. So that's what the enemy was trying to show me, or trying to make me think, rather, because he can't show me anything. But that's what he wanted me to think, that I must stop doing the will of God, because when I do, ABC happens. But now I know that he's attacking me so that I can associate obedience to the Lord, with something that is bad and something that is traumatic. And then, so that I will stop doing the will of God, which is not going to happen. All right. God would not let that happen. So, yeah, that's what I was thinking the other day, and I wrote it down. And, the Lord was speaking to me about this as well. And that same way that the enemy tries to reinforce a lesson that you get trauma every time this, God helped me to rise above that by teaching me, about his worship, about worship of him, rather, and how it brings his presence into whatever situation I am in. Okay, and yeah, so no spirit can survive, no evil spirit can survive the presence of God. Okay, sometimes you worship and God comes there in person. We all know how, the Spirit asked Jesus if they could go into the pigs, because they knew who he was before he had, even dealt with them. They knew who he was, his presence enough. They knew, and they wanted to flee into the pigs. So the presence of God in any situation that you are in, and any, kind of situation where you're being attacked, is all it takes.